Who would have ever thought stop dieting would be the answer for me losing weight? It would be the way to lose weight by simply stopping the nonsense of diets and eating the foods I like. It's amazing. It's such a freedom from that. Just the decision to stop dieting ends the obsession with food and the never-ending dissatisfaction. It's like you can never be satisfied because you're always either guilty or you're feeling deprived, or, it's like that internal conflict is war within yourself when you're trying to restrict your food types or food groups, or, following someone else's time schedule to eat, or eating their prepackaged meal, or, their product. It's temporary at best and hell at worst, in your head. So now I'm free, and you can be too. If you've had enough of that roller coaster of doing a diet for 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, or even just a year, if it's like, stop it. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you the kind of elation and joy and happiness that just flows from within you when you wake up every day and you realize, or you say to yourself, hey, I'm not on a diet. It's just like, it makes you giggle. It's like, I'm happy because I'm no longer on lockdown. I'm no longer in prison in my mind, in turmoil, in conflict with this war with me and food. And I got to tell you, the freedom it's priceless. And so now I wake up every day and I hardly ever eat when I get up because I never really liked eating breakfast. But I felt like I had to eat breakfast because I had to follow the rules and someone else's menu and, all the things that are associated with a diet plan. And I had to eat at this time or have that shake or bread out or, all the things I hated. And then I do all the rebound eating where I try to eat in anticipation of the diet or eat in response or reaction to the diet. I eat foods I didn't even really like normally, even when I wasn't dieting, because I just wanted to get any type of carbs because, low carb was my thing. And all the while I was doing all those crazy diets, I had weight issues. I struggled up and down, losing and gaining the same pounds over and over again. But when I stopped dieting, it was almost magical. It's like the weight came off so easy and actually fast, believe it or not. I found that I hardly ever eat because I was always eating before in anticipation of the diet. It wasn't because I was hungry. I was just eating because I knew any minute it would be taken away from me. And so I would eat the foods that I love and overeat them because I knew I wouldn't be able to have them. Or when I was eating during the diet, I would do the diet and then eat the other foods too because I would cheat a lot. And so it was just like, it was not a good fit for me. I am not a good dieter, I guess you could say. So I've always been a little bit rebellious, I guess. So it just makes perfect sense that I would start this movement to stop dieting because I don't fit in that box, I just don't. And I'm really glad that I don't. I'm glad I don't fit in. And I know many of you feel the same way. It's like, it's a box you don't want to be in anyway, right? Limiting you, restricting you, being denied, feeling deprived, guilty, and just miserable. And still being fat. That was the other thing. It was like, I was going through all this mental hell and all this sort of deprivation, denial, and, guilt and binging and all that. But I was still fat. It's crazy. It's like I was constantly shopping and toting food and throwing away food and buying the food again because I'd throw it away because I'm going to start the diet and then I'd cheat so I'd go buy it again. And I was obsessed with food. Seriously. That is not a joke. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing that I spent all those years obsessed with trying to lose weight by denying myself and depriving myself and beating myself up and hating myself and feeling guilty because I wanted to eat the foods I liked and feeling bad if I did and feeling mad if I couldn't. It was crazy. And I'm just so glad I no longer do that. I'm so happy to be free. Like I always say, freedom, it's priceless. It's so amazing. It's hard to describe to someone unless you've been there. If you've ever walked in the shoes, if you've ever been a dieter, if you've ever been in that place where you denied yourself and hated yourself and you felt like a glutton and a binge eater and then you were starving and it was like, I'm lack discipline and what's wrong with me and why did I have to be fat and all those crazy things you say to yourself, which by the way, we help you get rid of all of that kind of diet mentality thinking. We have a ton of different audios you can listen to. They're completely free. You can get them on iTunes or on the website stopdietingtoday.com, or is it .org? But the point is you can get the audios, listen to them anytime. I suggest them. I highly recommend them because it's the things that I struggled with. I learned through that, and you can learn, and just it'll resonate with you when you hear it. You'll just go, oh yeah, I get it. And it will help you to change the way you see yourself in your mind, to know that you are perfectly fine, you are great, you're awesome, you're okay, and help you to just live your life every day so that when you stop dieting, you'll stop obsessing with food, and then you can just start living. You don't have to put your life on hold anymore. Just go out and enjoy the day every day. And if you're hungry, eat. And if you're not hungry, don't eat. I know it sounds really simple, and I think that's why we miss it. We think it's about carbs or calories or fat grams or all these things that we try to control but lose control and really have no control, instead of just paying attention to the internal, the inward part, the real you inside that says, hey, I'm hungry. Just like you do when you're thirsty. When you're thirsty, you don't need a diet of water to tell you when to drink water. You just drink water. If you have to go to the bathroom, you don't need a diet to tell you, go to the bathroom at 8 a.m., go to the bathroom at 12 noon. You just go. It's natural. And when you eat from a place of, when I'm hungry, I eat, it's natural and it's easy and it's effortless and it's fun and it's non-restrictive and it's freedom. And it's just, I can't even tell you, it's priceless. It's so awesome because now there are no more good or bad carbs, no good foods or bad foods, no forbidden foods. You think when you start this journey, you'll just consume cookies and candy or, chips or something. You won't. You may start out doing a lot of junk food, but you will very quickly taper off and start to eat other types of foods. Even vegetables and things you never thought you would, because you'll get balance within yourself. Your body is super smart. It knows exactly what it needs. And like anything, when you deny, you rebound. It's kind of like having a pedicure. When you let them shave your feet, girls, it's going to rebound. It's going to grow back faster and thicker. Never let them shave your feet, okay? Soak your feet in some, coconut oil and Epsom salt or something. But don't let them shave your feet. That is a recipe for fast growth. It's a rebound of nature. When you deny the foods you love, you're going to end up binging. It's a rebound. It's a natural rebound to the denial. Once you get past the rebound, everything settles down and you will start to eat, cabbage or peas or, salads or chicken tenders or, and when I say chicken tenders, I mean like maybe breaded, maybe not. You'll just have balance. You'll be able to go to Chick-fil-A and have a sandwich and lemonade and not feel guilty because you ate a sandwich. Oh my gosh, it's like I ate fast food. I ate bread. I had lemonade with sugar or some kind of extremism. Oh my God, the diet extremes. Back, thorn of Satan. Because it's so, it's just such a bad place to be. It's just like It's not a place you want to live. I lived it for 20 plus years, and I was miserable almost every day. Seriously. Even when I lost weight, it was like short-lived. The high or the joy, the happiness from that was short-lived, because a day or two later I'd gain the weight. It would be like, oh my God, this is crazy. So now, because I'm free to eat Chick-fil-A or Burger King or Pizza Hut or black eyed peas or collard greens or cabbage or Chinese food or chicken tenders or shrimp on a skewer or healthy, non-healthy, fast food, soul food, Chinese, it doesn't matter. It has its place. And then sometimes, do you know something I never hardly would eat before when I was doing the diet thing, because I was such a super low carber? I would never eat fruit. I would never eat fruit because I just felt like that's a waste of sugar. If I'm going to waste sugar, it's going to be on bread or pastries or Haagen-Dazs. That was going to be my sugar. I was not going to waste it on fruit, because fruit was not as pleasurable to me. And if I had only so many carbs to consume, there's no way I was going to waste them on fruit, even on an off cheat day or whatever you want to call it. No. So now I can enjoy a pear or, a banana or some kind of fruit, a melon, things I would never hardly ever eat unless I was off of my diet completely. Then I might eat, like in the summertime, strawberries and watermelon or something, or strawberries and bananas over some raisin bread with Cool Whip. But for the most part, even then, I would feel like you've blown it, like you've just blown it. Even though it was a lot less calories and things than a big, piece of cake or something. It didn't matter. I just felt like it was bread, it was starch, it was sugar, and that was a no-no. You cannot eat those things and lose weight. I was so extreme on the carb thing, on the low carb thing, that it was not functional. It was not realistic. It was not livable. It was not sustainable. And I would do it for as long as I could, which became shorter and shorter over time. Those periods that I could stay on it were shorter and shorter, or that I stayed on the plan. And it was just so exhausting. I got to tell you, dieting, it was so exhausting. Worrying about this, counting that. Can I have this? What's wrong with me? I don't want to eat that. All kinds of mental hell. I mean, it was a nightmare. Seriously. Now, I get up every day. I rarely eat when I get up because, like I was saying, I don't like to eat when I first get up. I like to eat later in the day, afternoon. That's usually when I have my first meal. But I now can eat whatever I want. Oh my God, thank you God, I am free. So if I want to eat something, quote, healthy, unquote, or if I want to eat pancakes, I can have it. I don't have to worry about this is a carb, And it's so weird because, before I ever had the whole big weight thing, and when I was at a functioning weight, 114, size 7, size 5. I was doing fine. Even at 120 something, I was okay. But when I started to really pack on the pounds, I was doing so much restrictive eating, so much food obsession. It was ridiculous. I was enjoying more of the foods I loved before I had the weight problem. I would eat in a way like I'm describing now. When I was hungry, I would eat, and when I wasn't, I wouldn't eat. Maybe I'd have, maybe I'd have biscuits in the morning if my mom made biscuits, before she went to work. She'd leave me a couple of biscuits, I put some jelly in it and some butter and some bacon, and I was good to go. But when I was dieting, and by the way, you can get my mother's biscuits online at madizhomemadebiscuits.com. That's my new business is her recipes. We're creating a business out of that, but they are fabulous, by the way. I mean, beyond fabulous. These are like hand-rolled homemade biscuits. Hello. Anyway, but I would never have that kind of stuff. Or if it was a sausage biscuit from Hardee's, I like those. But, like I would never have them. Maybe if I was angry. I know that sounds crazy. But if I was angry because of something that happened, I was feeling all emotional, I would say, I'm going to go have a sausage biscuit. That sounds really, but that's how bad it was. I'm telling you, that's how bad. I was wacky. in my head when it came to eating. I had a terrible relationship with eating and food. And I used I used food in rebellion or in reward. So I would be like rebelling, I'm going to eat this. Or I would reward myself. I've been good. I deserve this. But it was never about hunger. Rarely, I should say, about hunger. So now if I want a sausage biscuit and I'm hungry, maybe, on a Saturday morning or something, I'm out and I'm going to be out all day shopping or whatever, and I'm in the mood for a sausage biscuit, I'll have one. But I don't eat it because I'm mad, I'm in rebellion, or because I feel like I've been good, I deserve a reward, or something like that. I don't do that anymore. Now I'm just happy. I was never happy. I never smiled. People could see, like the song goes, ain't it funny how the way you feel shows on your face? Well, it showed on my face because I always felt miserable. And you could see it on my face. There was no joy in my face. And there's another song that's called Sparkle. It says, when I first met you, you had sparkle in your eyes. I feel like that was me before I started dieting. I'm serious. And all during that hell of 20 plus years, every day, every diet took a little bit more of the sparkle out of my eyes because I was so unhappy. I was truly miserable. Seriously. And I would snap at people. I would be irritable. I'd be angry. I was just mad. I was mad because I was fat. I couldn't believe I was fat because I'm a finicky eater. And most finicky eaters don't eat anything, or hardly anything except what they like. And I was being forced to eat the stuff I don't want. I don't want to eat a steak. It's like, if I want steak, I want mashed potatoes and green beans and a dinner roll. I don't just want to eat a steak. Do you know what I mean? Or I don't want a bunless cheeseburger. Who wants that? Because remember, the whole low carb thing was my thing. So I was eating out of anger. I was pissed off, to say the least. And I was unsatisfied. Remember the line from Romeo and Juliet? Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? And then she goes, what satisfaction can one have tonight? But the point is, I was totally unsatisfied when I was dieting because I was denied. But get this, I was also unsatisfied when I was cheating. Because in my mind, I was cheating. And that was a head trip. I felt guilty. And I felt weak and undisciplined. And what's wrong with you? Why can't you stick to this diet? So I had all of this, like I say, hell in my head of not being okay. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I this way? But the truth is, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. It's something wrong with trying to follow someone else's restrictive diet, timed eating, menus of foods you hate, and eliminating foods you love, and feeling bad if you don't follow it the way they told you should, ignoring hunger and eating out of anticipation of the next diet, or eating because someone tells you have to eat right now, which is so unnatural, so unrealistic, so unsustainable, definitely not livable. And forget about joy and happiness, because it's not there. So when you make the decision to join this movement, to take that pledge, when you take the pledge to stop dieting, and I mean really stop dieting, to be the slim, thin, skinny you in your mind, to eat the food you love and stay that way all the time, forever and ever, amen, you're going to be set free. You're going to be happy, some of you for the first time, and many of you will lose weight faster than on any other diet or any diet ever. And some of you will get to your goal for the first time, like I did. I finally got the weight off of me. It finally happened when I stopped dieting. And the same thing will happen for you when you stop dieting too. So for more information, just go to stopdietingtoday.com and do yourself a favor. Start today. Stop dieting now.